Welcome, it's a great day to be a miner because we got some new hardware, baby. We're gonna unbox this thing, we're gonna go over the specs, the features, and we're gonna get this thing set up in mining. But first, let's spin that intro. And as I'm sure you already know, this is a special delivery. This is a Bitcoin solo miner because you've probably already looked at the thumbnail and you've read the description. But yeah, quick disclaimer, this product was delivered to us free of charge for a product review. That being said, the opinions in this are that of our own. This is not a paid sponsored video. So yeah, we're gonna give it to you straight. We're gonna unbox this thing and then get it set up in mining. We're gonna tell you, of course, how much it costs, where to buy it, and whether or not it's worth the investment. So without further ado, you know what time it is, baby. RGB knife? Yeah. All right, so yeah, this came from TinyChipHub. I'll make sure to put links down in the description. And we recently were cruising the web and we saw this thing and we're like, man, we gotta have one of these. It's not the overall performance that drew us in, but it's the beautiful RGB appeal. And you'll see what I mean once we get this thing set up in mining. This might be the prettiest Bitaxe that we've seen yet, give or take. We'll let you form that opinion, but yeah. You want to know what's in the box? What's in the box? Let's open it. Let's open it and take a look. All right, this thing was really well boxed, by the way. They use their own special TinyChipHub tape on there. They have a bunch of different products. Of course, go check them out. And they have very competitive prices. Boy, this thing is really in there. You know what? Let's make this open. Ready? Go. And we're back. All right, so that was actually really packed in there well. Like, I'm actually kind of surprised because the box just kind of looks like more of a plain brown type shipping box. So I assumed that there were just products in there with like foam material laying in there or packing bubbles, but no, this comes really packed professional. Check this out. It's in the condensed foam, just like a like you would buy like an Asic device. It's not just kind of thrown in there with random packing material. So yeah, let's pull it out. First of all, at foremost, you've got one of the generic little RGB remote control layouts that shows you how to work it. We have on the right side here, power supply, and it is the nice brick kind. And man, this is really a heavy duty power supply, especially for the wattage that this thing should be pushing. So that's interesting. First take, that's pretty crazy. And the same with this cord. Like, this is a really heavy duty gauged cord. This is bigger. This PSU is bigger than any of the other previous Bitaxes that we've had. And this isn't the Gamma. It's not running the most powerful chip, so it shouldn't use that much power draw. So then right in the middle, we have the remote control slotted in right there. And then the main device. Oh, before we get to that, there was a nice little Allen key, Allen wrench. And that's everything in that box. So here is the prize. This is the main device. This is a Bitaxe in a really slick custom enclosure. It looks kind of cloudy here because we need to take the clear protective coating off of this plexiglass. It's basically a big piece of plexiglass on the front with nice cutouts for where your fan can suck in. You've got venting on both sides down the back, and then you have enough room in between to get the back of the board and the MOSFET all cooled without it getting overheated. And the best thing about this will be that it is RGB. This might be the most beautiful Bitaxe that we've seen to date. Let's get the plastic off of this thing and then we'll do a close-up look of it. And then of course we'll go over the specs, features, and we'll get this thing set up. So all right, so the first step, you got to take this thing open, and then that way you can take the nice clear plastic off of this guy. It literally comes with a Allen wrench, and you just take out the 4 little bolts out of each corner, and then you can do the satisfying peel. Oh yeah. Oh, but wait, there's more. There's one on the other side. Here we go. Nice and slow. Ready? All right, so next we're gonna slap this guy back on. There's what it looks like out of the box. with it just kind of sitting in there. It's just a Bitaxe 204, which is not the Gamma. The Gamma is the newest. It's the actual Supra. It's the one before, but still has great hash rate. And man, this thing is beautiful. All right, so there's what it's going to look like. We're going to pop those screws back in, and then we're going to go over the specs real quick, and then we're going to get it set up. So again, this is called the RGBitaxe, as in RGB Bitaxe, merged into one happy little device. This is the Ultra V204, which is just a Bitaxe Ultra in a really nice, fancy RGB case, because, hey, we all know that RGB adds hash rate. That's right. So let's go over what this actually does. This thing will hash at 500 plus gigahash a second on a efficiency of 22 watt per terahash. That's really pretty efficient. It's, again, not as efficient as the newest, latest, greatest Gamma, but the Gamma, there's no way that you could run a Gamma in this beautiful case without causing overheating issues. And I think that this is the great middle place, and especially for the price. They have this priced just right at $142.99. A Bitaxe Gamma without any kind of enclosure or anything will run you normally around $200 even. And then if you want to add a case and whatnot, you're going way up on that. Yes, you're getting about double a hash rate and a little bit more efficiency on the Gamma. But again, this thing is beautiful. This is a showpiece. And it's a Bitaxe. So the Bitaxe, what is a Bitaxe? A Bitaxe is just a single solo board that has a single ASIC chip, a SHA-256 Bitmain ASIC chip that will run on the Bitcoin algorithm SHA-256. That means this thing can solo mine on any coin that is on the same algorithm, not just Bitcoin. You can put this on Bitcoin Cash, Digibytes, etc., etc., etc. Again, we've went far in depth into these Bitaxes in the previous videos. If you want to know all the really down and dirty setup, check out my video up above. It'll go over all of the in-depth how to set up, how to find pools, how to find the coins, all of that. We're not going to do that today. We're just going to get this thing set up and mining. And yeah, so that's what it is. At $143, this thing is priced really competitively. They ship really quickly, and that's not the only products that they have, but this is my personal favorite. They do, of course, have the Bitaxe Gamma. They have a really unique one called the Bitaxe Super Hex and the Bitaxe Hex, and that runs, one of those runs, the Hex runs 3+ terahash a second, which is basically like stacking 2.5 Bitaxe Gammas, and then the Super Hex runs 4.2 terahashes a second, which has 6 of these ASIC chips, basically 6 of the next version of this chip all onto one setup. So those are some really interesting products, and of course the prices vary, but make sure to check out TinyChipHub for these different listings, and definitely make sure to check it out for this one, because this is more than just a Bitaxe where you're setting it up and you've got it on a little stand. This is more of like a showpiece. You set it up, you put it on your desk, on your coffee table, whatever. People come in, and of course they're going to be instantly drawn to the beautiful RGB glow and the little computer inside of it just hashing away, and they're going to be like, what's that? I need one of those. What's it do? How do I get it? How do I set it up? So yeah, that's this in a nutshell. This beautiful Bitaxe Ultra, it's an amazing little piece. So yeah, we're gonna do a quick setup and just get it rolling. Then we'll talk you through all the steps. We're not gonna go super in depth again, but then we'll show it off, because that's what you wanna see. You wanna see how it actually looks. It doesn't look as pretty just kind of sitting like this, but once we get it set up and mining, it's gonna look beautiful. So first and foremost, let's do the physical setup. Physical setup on any Bitaxe is really simple. There's usually, you plug in the power supply, you plug it in, and that's your physical setup. This one has an extra step because of the little grommets. You have to take out the 4 bolts in the corner, take the first piece off, peel the plastic, put it back on. Technically you don't have to, but you wouldn't be able to see the nice glow and see inside of it very well, because you would have the protective film on the plexiglass. So yeah, physical setup is just, we're gonna plug this into the wall. We're gonna plug this into the brick. We're gonna plug this into the side right here. It has a nice little segregated barrel jack plug. So yeah, right here, just like so. Without further ado, let's get it set up, go. All right, here we go. Let's plug it in, first fire up. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Our screen popped right on. And our screen automatically, it's looking for an SSID, and it's actually looking at whatever was pre-programmed in. But man, that thing is so pretty. They have the RGB lights coming down at the back plate like this, and then the back plate has a nice little gap of more than 1/4 inch, and that's causing the illumination to come out in all 4 directions around this device. So man, that is pretty. Let's do a really good close-up look at this thing, and then we'll go get the setup done, and then we'll come back. I'm just like magic, baby. It's set up and working. So yeah, it was a really easy setup this time. You know, I've done so many of these that they go pretty quickly now. Basically, again, watch the guide if you need a full in-depth tutorial, but the quick rundown is you plug it into the wall. When it powers up, you use some sort of a mobile device, phone, tablet, laptop that'll connect to Wi-Fi. You find the Bitaxe network, Wi-Fi network. You connect your device to that. It will connect, it'll prompt, it'll say connect without internet. Once it connects, then you will open a browser and you'll go to 192.168.4.1. That will open the AxeOS for this device. You will go to the network tab. You will put in your SSID, your Wi-Fi network. Make sure that it's typed exactly how your SSID appears in the router. And then you'll put your password, you'll hit save. Now, before you proceed, go ahead and hit the tab for your configuration, your settings. You're going to then put in your pool that you're going to mine to and your Bitcoin address .worker name. So for me, I put my Bitcoin address .RGBitaxe. That way I can easily identify it from some of the others that are on the same network. Pro tip, before you start the process, go ahead and have on the clipboard, have copied down your Bitcoin address and the pool address and port. That way, once you disconnect from your internet, your regular internet, your Wi-Fi, and you're connected to this guy, you can pull it off the clipboard, paste it in there, and you don't have to go searching for it or switch back networks and then switch back to it. And then paste it in there. Once you hit save, reboot, and boom, it'll find your Wi-Fi SSID, and then it'll connect. And then once it connects, it will start hashing away on the default settings. You can go through and you can change your settings. A great feature here was that it was on the latest firmware, so I didn't actually have to go in and update it. A lot of these will come with like 4, 5, 6 firmwares back. And so the first thing you want to do is once you get in there, you go and you download the newest, you update the firmware, then you go through and you finish all the setup. So yeah, that was a great quality of life feature. And let's take a look and just see what it's performing like real quick. So the current hash rate right now is 491 gigahash. It is showing that I am using 14.8 watts. Let's take a look at the wall. At the wall, it's using about 19 watts, and that's to be expected. You get a little bit of variation from the power supply and through the actual cable, so you lose a little bit. The temperature is running nice at 61C, fan speeds at 69. So it is running. It's running really well, and it is a beautiful thing. It looks really super nice, and especially at the different angles as you view it. So real quick, let's talk about how this thing could make you rich. So it's a solo miner again. What's a solo miner? That means it's working to solve a block on the blockchain. It's working to solve the problem. All of these massive devices, all the amount of Bitcoin miners, that's what they're doing. They're on the blockchain. They're solving the equation. They're trying to hit the block. Whoever hits the block gets the full reward if you're solo mining, minus whatever pool fees. I'm using CK pool for this one, and there's no fees on it. Different pools will have a little bit of a different fee. You might lose 1%, 2%, whatever. Do your own research on the pools. So yeah, so if you're not pool mining, if you're not solo mining, you're pool mining. What's pool mining? That means that it's combining everybody's hash rate into one happy pool, and then if somebody in that block hits that block, they all share the rewards, and it's divided equally based on your hash rate. Of course, there's different payout schemes. This kind of a device is not made for pool mining. You will never make any money that way. This is a Bitcoin lottery solo miner. You set it up, you forget it, you let it run, you talk about how beautiful the RGB is and how you're a great person helping the blockchain, and that's what it is. So at $143, you may never earn a dime back on this. But then again, you may hit a block. If you hit a block worth 3.125 Bitcoin, you just made over $300,000 on your $140 investment. So yeah, it's worth the fun lottery ticket. I love these lottery devices. Yeah, so make sure to hop over, check out TinyChipHub, check out this device specifically. It is very unique compared to any other ones. You won't find this design anywhere else on the internet. So yeah, check them out. Again, thank you for providing us with this product for review. Tell me what your thoughts are on this device or any Bitaxes. Do you think, what about the Avalon Nano 3, the 3S? Are these a waste of time and electricity, or are they an awesome way to be part of something, to be part of the blockchain? Tell me your thoughts down below. I think that about wraps it up for today. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Smash that like button and subscribe for future content. Thanks for coming along and enjoy the ride.